Hey everyone, it's Robin, R Silent Crafts, and welcome to my studio. This is my Whip It Wednesday video where I'm going to show you the crafty goodness that I worked on this week. Before we get into all that, I just want to show you my t-shirt. For those of you that have been around for a while, you can recall the struggle I had when I was purchasing the Gildan t-shirts from Michaels. They were wide and short. So these I purchased at Joann's because they're on sale for $2.50. It's already gone through the wash. I actually wear a size large, but I get an extra large because I like it baggy. So there's plenty of room here. And it's actually long enough that it goes down and it basically covers my butt. I don't know if I got a bad batch at Michael's that one time or what happened, but it's nice and roomy, it's nice and long, and it's great for when I just want to be comfortable and sew. I have this other large mess here that I want to show you. I started working on the new design boards using the black foam core from the Dollar Tree. So 120 by 30, I believe, is the size sheet. And what I did is I cut out a 20-inch square. So all of these are full sheet. Then I have these other sheets that I just went ahead and I taped them with packing tape. And I think I only taped, I taped both sides just to make sure it doesn't bend at the fold. So now this is also 20 by 20 because the piece I cut off was 10 by 20. So now I have extra instead of throwing that last bit away. I haven't found my red package of Heat and Bond, the no-sew adhesive paper, whatever, you know what I mean, to do the binding on them. So right now all I have is what's on these, and this is that polyester type batting. You can kind of see the black through it and everything like that. What I did is I took some Aleene's tacky glue, and then I took an old like credit card, library card, debit card, whatever you have, one of the ones they give you in the mail when they're like, hey, get our credit card, and we're like, no thank you. And then I just kind of like scraped the glue across it. I pushed it down and just spread it on, and it's been on here for probably several days at this point, and it's been no problem. I haven't actually used these yet because I've been busy doing other things. And when I ran out of that, I had this gray fleece. Can you see where the glue is? You can see where I put the big parts of the glue and then I just scraped it across. It's going to work fine. This is, did I say fleece? This is flannel, I think. I don't know, whatever it is, it'll stick. It's flannel. Flannel? Fleece. I don't know. I don't know. I always get those all confused. But it's not the polar fleece. It's the thinner kind. And the blocks will stick on this fine. So I started using that until I ran out. So I only had enough. I just love the way you can see the lines of the glue on there. I only had enough to do a couple of those. And on the last one here, you can see the latest community blocks. Now I know it's a little hard to see the gray on here because this makes everything look gray, but we have, ooh, look at them fall. I really only need this to hold things to show you guys. I can put pins in it. The foam core allows you to put pins in it, no problem, but I need this to do the quilt alongs so that I can stick all of our quilt. I don't know if you could hear that. We always laugh here because the washing machine just finished and it sounds like the ice cream truck going off. So I mostly want this to do for all the different quilt alongs so I can stack some blocks and have them just sitting here so when I sew, I can sew a few and then I can store it. It fits on top of those bins on the shelf. It's not, the shelf isn't deep enough, but it holds them enough that I don't have to worry about it. Then I can pull it back out. And it's also good when I want to show you guys things. The rest of them, I'll go ahead and I'll just use batting for them. But there you go. You can see our community blocks. This one has a Statue of Liberty, and this one has some nice flowers that I never know the names of flowers. There you are. It's got the fun polka dots. I love that red and green combo over there because it's Christmas, so it's automatic like your eyes see red and green and you like it. So I think it's just a really fun green fabric. It's got all those nice little fun swirlies. And then there's the close-up of the other one. So I'll add these to our collection and I'll also post them over on Patreon. I have it in a pinned comment, and I've been putting all of the new blocks at the top. So if you just want to go to the page, look at the post, see the new ones. Again, I'm putting the first name and the initial. So thank you guys so much for sending in some blocks. I finished another crochet dishcloth that I'm going to add to my pile of dishcloths here. They all still need to be blocked. I have one more started in that same green yarn, and I'm going to finish this one, get them all blocked this week, and then I'm going to be putting them in the shop earlier than I thought I would. I was going to wait till October, but I've started a new project, and I started knitting at night again because I have my chair. You can't see the chair here. It's over in this area, but I'll put a little something up here. I think I took a picture or a video or something so you can see what it looks like sitting in the room. I've used it ever since I put it together. It's maybe 3 or 4 days now. I love it. I love it. I think the seat is memory foam, and if it's anything like my bed, when I got new memory foam mattresses, once in Florida and now here, the memory foam is like really firm to start with, and then once you start sitting in it and laying on it and stuff, it starts softening up, and then it becomes whatever it's going to be. So right now the chair is kind of firm, so I'm just trying to sit in both sections and everything, even though I'm more of a tuck my feet under to the right and lean to the left. It'll soften up. I'm not worried about it. The color looks really nice in here, although with the cats, I will be putting a cover over it. I think I have a black fitted twin sheet from my old bed, and I'm pretty sure I saved them because sheets are great material. And I'll just put that fitted sheet over it, and it'll cover it nicely. And then I want to either find a quilt that I might have. I don't think I have any lap quilts that are for me. They're more like some kid ones and other ones and random bits. So I'll probably make a scrappy lap quilt to go onto that chair so I have something to put across my lap when I'm knitting and stuff. But I started knitting my son Robbie's Christmas socks. If you've been here for a while, you know each year he gets at least one pair of Christmas socks. And the yarn that I'm using is Felice worsted. So it's a thicker yarn versus the normal thin sock yarn. And I think it just kind of reminds me of the Harry Potter because of the burgundy and the gold. This colorway is called Solstice. So it's the Felice Special Reserve worsted weight. I cannot find it all the time. It seems to be only coming out at certain times of the year. At least when I was looking for it last year, that's how it was. It might be different now, but I bought a bunch of colors last year, so I'm good for a while. So I'm knitting his 2 at a time. I do them on a size 4 needle, and I just do a basic simple, like a variation of a ribbing pattern for the part of the leg and the foot. Robbie likes them to kind of grip in and not be baggy, so I just came up with a rib size based on whatever number of stitches I use for his. I haven't knit his socks in a while, so I don't even know how many stitches. I'll have to look it up. Always in my turtle bag is what I call it because it has the Ninja Turtles on the inside. And my dishcloths are always in this bag. So once I get these all blocked and looking nice, I'll get them listed in the shop. I'll separate them between the crocheted ones and the knit ones, and I might have more knit ones later because I'm still unpacking. This week I took the time to go ahead and cut some more scraps. This bin here has a bunch of 6-inch wide strips, and I cut them depending on the design on them. Like these had kangaroos, so I have the fold here, and other times I cut them this way with the fold at the bottom. It all depended on the design. I wanted to make sure if anyone had these that they'd look a certain way, that they would, be. I know you can turn blocks around and stuff, but I wanted to get the most use out of it and make it look the nicest. So these are all novelty fabrics. So what I think I'm going to do is, since these are too thick, not too thick, but 2 pieces of fabric thick, 2 sections of fabric, I will split these off into 2 separate bundles, and I'll work on that this week. But I really need to get back to unpacking so I can get a lot of this cleared out, and I still have more things in the garage. But depending on how much fabric I had was how many strips I have of each. So there's a lot of fun, wild and crazy novelty fabrics in here. Some of them are really cute. And what I did is I cut them at a 6-inch wide strip. So if you want to use them for like an I Spy quilt, if I cut them a little wonky anywhere, it's like maybe accidentally at the fold, I didn't have the fabric leveled out properly, you can always trim them down to a 5-inch charm square and use that extra inch, or cut them at 5.5 inches. Or if it's fine at 6 inches, you'll still be able to do that, of course. But I wanted to make sure that if you use the 4.5 or the 5-inch for the, a lot of people do the I Spy swaps and stuff, you'll have plenty of fabric in case I cut it crooked, because it's so frustrating when you think you're getting a charm pack and a store like an Etsy shop or something hand cut it. They use their Go or the electric scissors or whatever they're doing, and you get it and it's not all 5 inches, it's 4 7/8. So I want to make sure that you have plenty. So if you want to just use it like this, if you want to cut it into 3 2-inch strips or 2 2.5-inch strips, you have plenty of options. So one of the things I'll be doing is going through this, weighing all of my random strips and putting them in a 1 pound plus packaging. I like to put everything into gallon-sized Ziploc bags so that they're all separate. So I know, hey, okay, I have 5 packages of this and 6 packages of that and 2 of this. And then that way it's easier for me to list. And then when I sell them, I either send them in the Ziploc bags, depending on how much you order, or I lay them all nice and neat in one of my clear packing, I guess you call it sleeve or something. So if you've ordered from me, you guys have seen these before. It helps protect everything to keep any dust, dirt, or moisture hopefully off of them. Some packages have been torn open and they've gotten wet. And this little package, this little tiny sleeve, has done a good job and kept the piece inside nice and dry. So I always use these, unless maybe you're just ordering something, then I can put in a manila envelope and off it goes. But I make sure I have these sleeves in a variety of sizes. They're also the same thing that I use for my fabric postcards, but this way I can put coin pouches in them. There's special sizes that I have just for like the greeting cards, the scrappy note cards and everything. You can find all kinds of fun stuff at like a Home Depot? No, not Home Depot. Office Max and stuff like that. But I just get mine on Amazon. So my project for the week is to work on all of this, to work on my videos, to have fun sewing, and to unpack. I don't want to pack. Please don't pack, Robin. Unpack more boxes. But I did get some sewing done. So thank you guys for watching my bowl cozy tutorial. I know there was nothing earth-shattering in there. There wasn't a lot of new information except how to make your bowl cozies custom made to the bowls that you use at your house. Just as a reminder of the ones that you saw in the video. So I had 4 of these done and I wanted to make some more for the Etsy shop. Now in the Etsy shop, you can have 10 pictures per listing. I usually put more than 1 bowl cozy in each of the pictures, but I thought if you can have 10 pictures, well, then I should have 10 bowl cozies, right? No. I should have 20 bowl cozies. So over the weekend, I made 16 bowl cozies. I did make the mistake thinking that I could make them all in one day, but I had to press out a bunch of fat quarters with the iron, and then I had to iron the batting because it's 100% cotton batting. It's easy to iron. Then I had to mark them. After marking about 4 of the individual batting pieces with the X, I decided to just sew the X without the markings on it, and that worked out really great, but I still had to mark 8 darts on each one. So let me show you what they look like. I thought that was a fun one. They still need to have a nice little press to make them all look good. But once they go into the shop, I usually pack them down like this and I stack them up. So then after they're like this, I put them in one of those like clear Rubbermaid tubs and they'll go in the garage. No, they're not going in the garage. What is it with words today? They'll go in the closet and then they'll stay nice and clean and they'll be out of the sunlight and out of the dust. And that closet actually has an air conditioning vent, which is really nice. So that way it won't get, I guess it really wouldn't get humid here, but it won't get whatever it's going to get in there. So here is another one. And then I had this fun car fat quarter. Some of these are Dollar Tree fat quarters, they're Walmart fat quarters, Joann's. Some of them you guys have sent to me and I've picked up along the way. I found that the Dollar Tree fat quarters still work really well. They wash up well. Here's some unicorns. I thought this lemon one was really nice and cute, and it would look good in a kitchen because a lot of people do bright colors and lemons and stuff as their theme. I don't match my bowl cozy to anything because, as you saw, I have robots. Then I had this sewing fabric. Someone sent me this sewing fabric. It's from Walmart, the ones that are hanging up and they have like the paper band around the yardage. So that's what this one is with the sewing theme. And I didn't pay attention to when I was cutting them, but on this side it has a pair of scissors. So when you make the bowl cozy, the scissors are right there in the center of the bowl, and I thought that was fun. Now, I'm really not sure. I did a lot of pressing, and I did the top stitching and all of that, and unless you put a bowl in it and you form it, there's really not a good way to make these bowls look amazing because of the darts and the loose fabric and the batting and stuff. It's not the prettiest looking. It always looks kind of weird and wrinkled and whatnot, but we all know bowl cozies and how they look. Some fun feathers, and then I had to do the sloths. Some fun lip fabric. Now I still have a stack of this fabric because I cut both 9-inch squares out of the fat quarter, so that left me a good chunk over here. So I'm going to go ahead and make, we're going to call it like matching something, matching key fobs, matching zipper pouches. Not that your bowl cozy needs to match your key fob, but I thought it was really fun fabric, and I decided that would be something nice to do. So here is Route 66. I might just make some coin pouches, the ones that are large enough that you can still put like your driver's license and debit card and stuff in, and maybe some cash and a little bit of change, so you can just shove it in your pocket and be on the go. So these colors, I believe you could call them the Rasta colors because that's the basic colors. I looked it up just to make sure, and it is those colors. This one's a little confetti. Now this one I got really lucky on because look at this. I didn't try to match them up, but right here and right here all have the green and black, and they all like go in the same direction and everything with the red on top, and I thought that was really nice little lucky chance. And then here is some campers. I like this color. That was a fun color. And then the puppy paw prints. So it's going to take me a little bit to get photos of all of these and then get them listed. I don't know if it's going to be listed by the time you see this. Otherwise, just keep an eye out. It's coming up sometime this week. So that will be another one of my goals. Look how many bowl cozies there are. Making 16 bowl cozies in 2 days was totally crazy, but I got them done. The second day, the only thing I needed to do was stitch them right sides together, turn them, and do the top stitching. So I chain pieced a lot, and I got through it, and I thought it was fun. It was irritating. I don't like making bowl cozies, and yet I keep making more bowl cozies because they're fun until a certain point. I think next time I'm going to change up the quilting of it and not just go with a simple X. I'm going to try to do it so that when it's quilted, I can do the smaller batting, and the batting will stay in place. The thing is you can't put like spray glue down. You can't put a school glue and stuff like that because it's going in the microwave, and you can't take the chance of possibly like washing them and making sure everything comes out or anything like that. So you need to go with 100% cotton batting. So it does get to be quite frustrating. So I'm going to try that on my next round, but I don't make more bowl cozies until the majority of these bowl cozies actually sell. I hope everyone had a nice weekend, and that anyone who is celebrating Easter or just getting together with friends and family had a good time. I was having the best time just sitting around sewing my bowl cozies. The kids are older now. Easter was always about the Easter basket and hunting for eggs and coloring eggs and stuff like that. I loved coloring eggs, but really it's only fun if you can do a lot, and I can't eat that many hard-boiled eggs or use them in various things. So your scrappy word for today is hobby. I'm kind of curious, what hobbies do you do besides sewing? Are you purely a quilter, or do you sew random things like I do? Anything with fabric, so key fobs, bowl cozies, zipper pouches, tote bags, sheets, kids' clothes, adult clothes, or do you do jewelry, play with beads? I love it all. There's never enough time for all of it. So I'm really hoping that I can finish unpacking and have everything in a usable way before the end of April. Right now I have a table. It's not quite a coffee table. It's a little high, but I have a table that I can put in front of my chair. And I'm looking over here right now, and I have 4 plastic Rubbermaid bins of different heights that I've actually been using as like a coffee table and to put my feet up on while I'm knitting in my chair. So things like that need to be cleared out so I can actually have a space to walk through my area here. I have those cross stitch and embroidery projects that I purchased last year for during the move. I never used them during the move because there was no way I had the headspace for doing anything. So hopefully I'll start working on them soon now that I have my nice little spot. You'll see in the picture I have one of those lights with the arms like this, so I can bring over 1 or 2 arms, put the lights down on me, and if I need to, I can get a little brighter or dimmer lights. Usually instead of just bringing over 1, I'll bring over 2 or 3, and I'll shine it right down on here, and that works really well for me. So please head over to Patreon, check out our newest community blocks, see the rest of them. I might start adding in a picture of them all laid out. So I'll lay them out like on the table or on the carpet, on the bed, on the kitchen floor, somewhere on the design board so we can see them right next to each other after we get to a certain number that I don't know what that number is. But check it out. The Patreon link is down below in the description box. Thank you. Oh, and if anyone's curious, there is a video for this. Just look up Community Quilt on my page. The P.O. box is also down below in the description box. You just have to scroll a little bit. And I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.